What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, February 25th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who have the fourth worst defense overall, and they give up the third most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Ben Simmons has scored 52, 39, and 35 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 43.3 fantasy points per game on the season, in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Ben Simmons is $8,000 DraftKings salary. He's $1,000 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. With no Joel Embiid, he's projected at 47.5 fantasy points tonight. That's just about 6 times value. There's an implied total of 238 points in this game. Fantastic matchup, fast-paced game. I love Ben Simmons here versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Eric Gordon from the Houston Rockets playing the Atlanta Hawks, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Eric Gordon has scored 38, 25, and 31 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 25.3 fantasy points per game on the season, in an average of 33 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Eric Gordon is $4,600 DraftKings salary. He's $1,000 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price, but I think the price is fine on both sites. With no James Harden and an implied total of 230.5 points in this game, the matchup can't get any better for Eric Gordon, who is a smash play if James Harden is out, and a pretty good play even if he's not. So I love Eric Gordon here versus the Atlanta Hawks. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Chris Middleton from the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they're actually pretty good defending opposing small forwards. But Chris Middleton has scored 43, 40, and 31 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 33.4 fantasy points per game on the season, in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. Chris Middleton is $6,300 DraftKings salary. With Giannis doubtful for this game, Chris Middleton is projected at 32.9 fantasy points. That's over 5 times value. There's an implied total of 228 points in this game. It's a pretty good matchup for Chris Middleton, who's been playing really well after the All-Star break. I love Chris Middleton here versus the Chicago Bulls. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Nikola Mirotic from the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 5th most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Nikola Mirotic scored 34 fantasy points in 18 minutes last game. If he gets a start and he's going to play 25 plus minutes, Nikola Mirotic is only $5,400 DraftKings salary. He's $200 more on FanDuel, so that's a great price on both sites. Projected at 31.1 fantasy points here tonight, that's 5.75 times value. With no Giannis, there's going to be plenty of points to go around the other players, a lot of minutes and a lot of usage to soak up. Mirotic can get hot. I'd like to see what he does here tonight. I think he can hit his value no problem. I like Nikola Mirotic here versus the Chicago Bulls. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Hassan Whiteside from the Miami Heat playing the Phoenix Suns, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing centers. Hassan Whiteside has scored 43, 19, and 18 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 35.1 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 25 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Hassan Whiteside is $6,600 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 32.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value, but we know Hassan Whiteside has that 40, 50, 60 point upside. But take a look at this. Hassan Whiteside has scored 56, 47, and 53 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Phoenix Suns. He's in a smash spot. His ownership is going to be low because everyone's scared to play him. You never know how many minutes are going to be there for him, but I wouldn't worry about that tonight unless he gets in foul trouble or something silly happens. Hassan Whiteside is the Phoenix Sun killer. I love Hassan Whiteside here versus the Phoenix Suns. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.